This girl has a terrifying ability. Anyone she touches gets hit with the worst luck imaginable, but the guy standing in front of her just didn't buy it, and had to find out for himself. Next, the floor caved in, and he got blasted head-on by a speeding train. Fuko was crushed with guilt, convinced she had just killed another innocent person. Then, out of nowhere, something strange came flying up from the other side of the bridge. Turns out Andy had an even more ridiculous power. The guy was completely immortal. Watching Andy instantly pull himself back together right in front of her, Fuko panicked, thought she'd stumbled into some kind of monster, and clocked him straight in the face. That punch sent Andy through the roof. He stormed up and demanded to know what her deal was, saying he'd been trying to die for ages, but just couldn't make it happen. Right then, nearby cops showed up at the scene. To keep things from getting complicated, Andy threw Fuko over his shoulder, used his rapid regeneration to fix his busted foot, and took off running. He leaped between buildings like it was nothing, and finally landed on a rooftop. Andy threatened to throw her off the edge if she didn't come clean about her power, but Fuko shot back that she was already planning to end it today anyway, so his threats meant nothing to her. Seeing that wasn't working, Andy grabbed her and started spinning her around like a windmill. After getting completely dizzy, Fuko gave in and started talking. 10 years ago, her parents stopped by to say goodbye before a work trip abroad. She just hugged them for a little while, but 10 minutes later, the plane exploded. All 270 people on board, including her parents, were gone. After that, following a string of disasters triggered by physical contact, Fuko came to realize she was the one who had killed her own parents. To keep from hurting anyone else, she had kept herself completely covered up ever since. After hearing all of this, Andy opened his arms and pulled her into a tight hug. He wanted to feel firsthand exactly what kind of curse her parents had endured. The next second, Andy dropped dead on the spot. Fuko seized the moment and made a run for it. She slipped on a banana peel, and went tumbling straight off the edge of the building. Fortunately, Andy came through just in time, and pulled off a pretty smooth rescue. Determined to make his wish come true, Andy decided to dig deep into Fuko's ability. Getting crushed by falling cargo wasn't even close to the scale of a plane explosion, so he figured the girl had to be hiding the rules for triggering something much bigger. He flew her back to a secret base to find out. Meanwhile, an organization that hunts people with special abilities had been watching the whole thing go down. They had their eyes on Fuko's power too. Through his research, Andy figured out that the scale of bad luck depends on how long the contact lasts and how much surface area is involved to trigger a larger disaster. He told Fuko to take her clothes off. Fuko absolutely refused and bolted. During the chase, her hair came loose. She had never dared cut it because of her curse. It would have killed the stylist. Andy didn't hesitate. He grabbed a pair of scissors and did it himself. When it was done, Fuko smiled with satisfaction. She was just about to thank him when Andy flashed a smug grin. They had just spent a full 15 minutes in close contact, which meant something seriously bad was definitely on its way. He barely finished saying it before the ambush hit. To stop Andy from regenerating, they sealed his head inside a container made of a special material. Then, a bolt of lightning suddenly struck, instantly turning everything around Andy to ash. All the bad luck that had been building up from their contact finally exploded all at once.